Hi, Miss Coakley. I'm Cindy Garcia, and I'll be presenting the steps to how to be a surgeon. One of my goal steps in my life is to be a surgeon, a medical emergency care surgeon, in general surgery. That's what I usually want to do. The steps that I can take now, at my age, at 17, 18 years old, in high school, is to upper my GPA. I have a lot of steps, and these are one of the steps I can do now. I need to higher my GPA at least a 4.0 when I graduate. Now, that sounds impossible, but it is possible when working really hard. Colleges look at that GPA and want to see a really intelligent person. I know I have to good SAT scores. If I don't have good SAT scores, I probably won't likely get accepted into a good school. I need to get good grades in my math and science classes. In case if you are trying to work in the healthcare field, then you need to have good science. This is proving that you know the background information of science. I should start applying to get scholarships and DECAs, and it can be very expensive to go to college. And if you come from a family that doesn't have a fund for you, you need to really find a way to get your money, and scholarships is a good way. I need to get a job, start saving money for books, everyday needs, food, books, classes, semesters, semester tuitions, medical school tuition, so I will get later on in the video. In my senior year, which is in a year from now, I will apply to colleges. Now, there's two routes I can go to. I can apply for a 4-year college, or I can go 2 years in Nova and then transfer to a 2-year university. And I will only do that if I do not graduate with my GPA high enough or good SAT scores, or not good enough, or if I don't get accepted to any of the schools I wanted to, if I wasn't good enough. Hopefully that won't happen, but that is my second choice. If I do go to Nova, I'll be going to Nova for 2 years and then transfer to a good university, and work my butt off to make myself look like a good student in Nova. If that doesn't happen, if I don't go to a Nova course and I get accepted to a 4-year university, then I will go to the university for 4 years and then try to apply to a medical school. I need to take required classes throughout college. If I or Nova or a regular university need to take required classes for this field and for this major. It's a lot of classes, but I need to take the required classes for it. After 2 years, after those 4 years, after I graduate college, I have to go to medical school. Now, getting accepted to medical school is very hard. There are waiting lists. It's really hard to get into, and it's not the easiest thing to do, but if you work your butt off, and if you actually make an effort in college and you get accepted to a medical school, then your job is to find any experience that you can in a hospital. If it's nursing, if it's anything, just have a background information and how is in a hospital. And if you can get a training internship with a hospital, with a teaching hospital, that's even better for this field, for being a surgeon. After you finish medical school, you can go for 2 more years on another, I don't know if it's doctor. I'm not sure. But you can go, or you can start applying to, after you get out of medical school, start applying and get accepted to an internship at a hospital. This is not the same thing as I was talking about during medical school. This is when you get after medical school, and this is actually a paid internship that you get paid for and get experience. If you get an internship at a hospital, then you'll be 2 years as an intern, learning the loops, learning how to cut up open people, actually working on live clients, working on live patients, not clients, on patients, and getting experience as much as you can. After you're an intern at most hospitals, after 2 years, you'll be a 2-year resident. And as being a resident, you got some experience down, you got everything down, but you're still learning, and you still need to be trained, and then you still have the superiors above you watching you. You can always mess up. And then it goes on. It's like it escalates from there. And after 2-year resident, you're a permanent resident. With 2 more years, you're still learning, you're still going through the internship. It's usually after 6 years that you get the experience and all. You're usually counted as a real not a real doctor because you're already a doctor by then, but you can do solo surgeries, you can do your own thing, you have your own patients, you can take care of your own people, you can prescribe medicine, you can do all that. It's officially you are solo, you have no one watching over you, you run solo throughout the hospital. And that's what I want to do, is become a surgeon, general surgeon, emergency care. I like the whole vibe of the emergency care and emergency room, traumas, big, bad things happen, but actually helping somebody. I have talked to a couple of people about this subject, and I've talked to the school nurse, and I interviewed her a couple of questions. There were only 4 questions. And is the healthcare field worth getting into? She says if you have joy of helping people and sacrificing your time, sacrificing your life, then it is their field for you. If you're more of a busy person and you don't want to sacrifice anything, then it's not for you. I asked her another question: what are good schools in Virginia that she knows of that's good in the healthcare field? And she said it's VCU. VCU is an amazing school for healthcare field. So that will be one of the schools I will try to get into. I asked another question, and I say if I don't become a surgeon, what else I can do in the medical field, and she gave me the options. I can be an RN nurse, I can be a nurse. Usually in the nursing industry, I can just be a doctor and don't perform surgeries, but I can prescribe somebody to a surgeon, be a doctor, try to look for symptoms and all that. She's a nurse, and then being a surgeon is completely different, but they're related because they go back into the healthcare field. I will make my citations. I will try. I really got this information from already knowledge from before because I have been trying to do this process. I have a couple websites that I'll try to cite. I got mostly this information from my doctors, my guidance counselor, my teachers, and this is what they usually give me my information from. And it's from common knowledge that I know, being a high school student in my junior year. Well, thank you, and I appreciate the time, and I'm sorry it took 7 minutes, but this is what I want to do and be a surgeon, and thank you.